Sorry about all of this. I should have made sure my study was more presentable before you dropped by for training today. You're right. Usually I am far more put together than this. Recently, I have a bad habit of jumping from one book to the next, and this is the result. Sorry it's such a mess, but thank you for helping me. If you don't mind, just putting the books in stacks will do for right now. I can put them back on the shelves later. Thank you. Sorry to have you help me, especially when you came all this way to visit me. You're always so eager to help others, my liege. Maybe a little too eager. I have to wonder where you even find the time to do everything you do. I'm not judging. In fact, I find it admirable. I find everything you do so impressive. Sure, any books on the floor you can just move out of the way. If I can just put these books back over here. What's that? What? Those books are... You saw them? I guess there's no use in trying to hide it from you anymore, since you've seen this much. The truth is, I really like reading romance novels. You can laugh at me if you'd like. You won't? I've often been scolded and looked at strangely whenever people find out I like books like this. Books that are a little more frivolous in nature. So, I tend to hide these types of books in my collection. Some of my close friends know about it, but even Changyan looks at me strangely for enjoying these types of books. Why do I like them? That's hard even for me to explain. I just do. I find them fascinating. Maybe because I know little of the subject myself. Well, people often read about adventure when their own life lacks excitement, right? In the same way, while I find romance intriguing, my own experiences are lacking. In the same way that I grew very interested with adventure books when I craved adventure, I guess I've grown fascinated with romance in a similar manner. I suppose it's a way for me to experience something new, even if it's not happening to myself. Looking at myself now, I have gotten older, and yet many of my experiences remain the same. Yes, I've lived in Liyue my whole life. Most of the people who surround me are the ones I grew up with. My horizons of the world as a whole are only just now broadening, and I'm thankful for it. But for the things I've yet to experience but want to, books like these help to fill in the gaps for me. You don't think it's strange that I like these? Open-minded as always, my liege. I love that I can so easily be myself with you. If you don't tell anyone, I actually would really like to write a romance novel too. Yes, though I'm hesitant. The desire to write one is there, though I fear I probably lack the necessary knowledge to write such a thing. Convincingly, anyway. Well, you know how I wrote that novel, A Legend of Sword? I wrote that shortly after I began training and learning the art of the blade. They do say it's easiest to write what you know. So obviously, I currently have no grounds to write any romance novels as I currently am. Oh no, my experiences with romance are extraordinarily few. I wouldn't say I have no experience, but certainly nothing that's come to fruition. When I was younger, I was the victim of an extraordinarily sheltered lifestyle. And while I often have people around me now, most are more likely to tease me or ask me for my help rather than looking at me as a romantic candidate. Though, I imagine you're probably the exact opposite of me, my liege. At least in that regard. You're not? That's quite unexpected. Well, I'm sure there's no need for either of us to rush. Though, because I so often find myself engrossed in a book or training with a sword recently, my opportunities to encounter romance nowadays are few. It can't be helped. While I am secretly trying my best to write some sort of romance story, how can I be expected to come up with any sort of convincing romantic scenario when I haven't even had my first kiss yet? It seems a little much to ask, don't you think? Yes, I have part of a story written, but I'm currently stuck at that part too. I just can't seem to get it right. Don't worry, I see no need to give up just yet. Besides, romance is hardly a rare thing in this world. And I'm sure there are ways of gathering the information I think I need. Where to gather that information? Where indeed? Well, we could try it. Kissing. We could try it. Wait, what am I saying? Forgive me, my liege. I was just... You're okay with it? Well, yes, it would help me, but... Are you okay with doing that with me? Wouldn't you rather with someone more important to you? Huh? Oh. Thank you. Then... all right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my liege. It's just... I've never done this before, and even though I know you're just doing this to help me, I'm more nervous than I thought I'd be. Describe the scene I want to write? You're right, that might help me imagine the scenario I want a little clearer. Well, the story I want to write features two characters who have known each other for a little while. They go on dangerous adventures together, and they trust each other with their very lives. And on a rainy day, like this one, they kiss each other for the first time. Both characters are a little hesitant, but they find themselves leaning a little closer together. Their hearts are racing, but it feels nice. One character gently places his hand on the other's cheek. They close their eyes Forgive me, I got more into character than I thought I would. It's very different than I imagined. No, in a good way. It's very different from just reading about it. It's such a simple thing, but my heart is racing so fast. I wonder if I'll even be able to capture what I just felt on paper. No, it was very helpful. My liege, can you continue to help me with this? It doesn't have to be very often, but I would really like to. For gathering information for my romance novel, that is. Nothing more than that. Nothing more. You will? Thank you, my liege. Rather than us continuing our training in the afternoon, would you like to accompany me for a short walk? We have a covered garden outside, and there are currently several flowers in bloom. It might prove to be another excellent source of inspiration. Well then, let's go, my liege.